This is NBC 10 News.
4:56 right now. Watch this here. A customer gets a lot more than he ordered at a fast food drive-thru in Texas. Trying to use a coupon there, and words are exchanged. The worker climbs to the drive-thru window, attacks the customer. This happened last month. The customer's suing now and says he was hurt. Don't often see that, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, we now know more details about what led up to this crash here, of course, that severely injured Tiger Woods.
Investigators say he was driving almost twice the speed limit. They say the SUV's black box showed Woods was traveling between 84 and 87 miles per hour when he lost control. Posted speed limit right there, 45 miles per hour. And he never hit the brakes. They believe he accidentally hit the accelerator instead of the brake pedal. What the black box doesn't show is if Woods may have been distracted, perhaps by his phone. The sheriff's department captain responded to questions about that.
It's not going to change anything. The cause of the collision was the speed and the inability to maintain the roadway.
Woods told investigators he doesn't remember the crash. He is still recovering from his injuries.
Facebook is taking new steps to help its users more clearly understand where the posts they're seeing are coming from. Social network says it's starting to test new labels such as public official, fan page, or satire page. The labels will start to appear next to posts in the news feed so people can better understand who the information is coming from.
TikTok is taking a new step to make their app more accessible to those with hearing disabilities. It's introducing audio captions. It'll automatically generate subtitles that will allow viewers to read or listen to content. As creators make content, they can select auto captions in the editing page after they've uploaded or recorded a video. Once they do that, the text is automatically transcribed and displayed on their videos. Good idea. Yeah. And then there's this, a feel-good moment at the Phillies game. Check it out. That Mets slugger, Pete Alonso, having some fun with the Phillies faithful.
Played catch with some of the fans there at Citizens Bank Park yesterday. A great day all around for those fans, by the way, too. The Phils beat up on the Mets 8-2 to win the series with New York. They're now 5-1 on the season, tied for the best record in baseball. So you know what? We had that one loss yesterday. We were disappointed about it. But come on.
We're back on track.
We're back on track.
Nothing but wins. Nothing but wins.
Sounds great. Here's a look at the top headlines this morning on NBC 10 News today at 5 a.m.
Combating the crisis. Today, Philadelphia will get more help in the battle to stop gun violence as tragedies continue to mount.
Finding your dose, where the New Jersey governor is now urging people to go if they're eligible to get their shot.
And sticker shock, how this little patch could soon play a big role in directing, or rather detecting, coronavirus quicker.
NBC 10 News starts now.
Good morning, and thank you so much for being here with us. You're watching NBC 10 News today. I'm Erin Coleman.
Good morning, Erin. I'm Keith Jones. Let's turn to Bill Henley, who's here with us in studio right now with the first alert forecast. Good morning, Bill.
Morning, Keith. Good morning, Erin. We're off to a really nice start this morning. A little cool, a bit cooler than it was yesterday. We're in the 40s right now, and the temperatures are likely to drop another couple degrees. We have clear skies. And check out the trees in front of the Comcast Center. They're barely moving. There's no wind. When you get clear skies and light wind, that's when the temperatures come down nicely. We're at 46 degrees in Philadelphia. Airport reporting a 6-mile-an-hour breeze out of the east, and that is a little bit of a difference from yesterday. We'll see east and southeasterly winds today, but we'll still see a really nice warm-up after the numbers come down a bit more. Look at Atlantic City. 39 degrees, 40 currently in Bluebell, in the low 40s for Trenton, and Wilmington is 46 degrees. But once that sun is up, the temperatures start climbing. The only spot that will stay cooler today, right along the coast. Delaware beaches, the Jersey Shore, an onshore flow, about 12 miles an hour for Wildwood. That'll keep temperatures into the 50s this afternoon. But the rest of the area, look at those numbers. Upper 60s for Delaware and South Jersey, low 70s for the Pennsylvania suburbs, Lehigh, Down Valley, and Philadelphia, too. If you have plans for Philadelphia or the shore, I'll break the day down hour by hour when I'm back in a few minutes. Erin, Keith?
All right, thank you, Bill. A traffic stop turned into a shootout with police right next to a high school football field. Just look at that car right there.
Yeah, you can see the windows are blown out. Down on the ground here, circled around are bullet shells right here. The one officer here was shot. We know that the suspect is dead. NBC 10's Pamela Osborne joins us live at Philadelphia Police Headquarters. Pam, this was a wild scene that really played out near the end of the evening rush. Neighbors were terrified.
Yeah, we actually spoke to a couple of women as they watched that police investigation unfold after the shooting. They say the violence in the city is absolutely out of control. They think after what they saw yesterday, it may be time to go.
Like boom, 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 boom.
The gunshots they described were coming from right here, the corner of 15th and Somerville. Investigators tell us 2 officers pulled over this blue Kia Optima. Inside, there were 3 men and a woman. When officers learned that at least 2 of the people had outstanding warrants, they called for backup. When backup arrived, they ordered a 24-year-old man out of that car. That's when police say he pulled out a gun and opened fire on officers. The shooter ran from the car and fired another shot at officers. Officers fired back, shooting the 24-year-old multiple times. He died of his injuries. A police officer was shot in the foot during that gunfight. He was taken to the hospital where he's listed in stable condition.
For someone to shoot at a police officer is very telling, and it makes you wonder not only what was going on in their mind at the time, but what is it that they're trying to get away from.
And police are not yet saying why they pulled over that car to begin with. They also have not yet said if that officer that was shot was injured by friendly fire or a bullet that came from the gun of that 24-year-old suspect who was killed. Reporting live this morning outside of police headquarters, I'm Pamela Osborne, NBC 10 News.
Pam, thank you. Other neighborhoods in the city also saw new gun violence last night. In Cobbs Creek, police say someone shot and killed a man who was in his car. Skyforce 10 was over 55th Street just after 6 o'clock. Police tell us they're still searching for the shooter in this case. Now, about an hour later, Skyforce 10 was over the aftermath of violence in Nicetown. Police tell us someone shot 2 men, killing one of them. Police were on scene at Wyndham Avenue just after 7 o'clock last night. We're told the victim, who survived, is now in critical condition. No one's in custody in this case either. The city continues to try to find a way to combat all this violence. And later this morning, the police commissioner will join with the U.S. Attorney's Office and agents from the FBI, the DEA, and the ATF for a special announcement. They're going to unveil a new federal initiative to combat Philadelphia's gun crisis. Philadelphia, of course, not the only city here facing a gun epidemic. Much of our country is as well. Senior officials with the Biden administration say the president today will announce 6 executive actions to address the violence. You can count on NBC 10 to bring you an in-depth look at the actions once they are revealed.
5:04 right now. New this morning, a car collides with a truck hauling a horse trailer on a Salem County road, and you can see the result there. Take a look at Skyforce 10 as it zooms in here. You can see the car flipped over behind the utility pole. This is Route 40 at Avis Mill Road in Piles Grove around 9:30 last night. 3 people in that car were trapped. All 3 were rescued and flown to the hospital. And 24 apartments were destroyed by this fire in Mercer County. The flames forced even more people from their homes. This is the Avalon Princeton Junction complex. This is in West Windsor. Everyone made it out okay. The people who lost their home, they're being helped by the complex and the Red Cross. 4 firefighters were hurt at the scene. All are doing fine. It's not clear yet how the fire started.
Police are working to calm the fears of Philadelphia's Asian American community after another assault targeting them. NBC 10 captured added security at a vaccine clinic in Chinatown. It comes after those 2 recent attacks. The first one involved someone yelling anti-Asian remarks at a Chinese American man. The second involved a homeless man who slapped an Asian woman near Reading Terminal. In both cases, witnesses stopped to alert police, which led to quick arrests, but there is concern about future attacks.
I think it's going to be a long conversation, and it's going to take a long time to fix these problems, but we have to continue to work at it.
In 2020, the number of Asian hate crimes in Philadelphia doubled compared to 2019. Of last year's 7 reported crimes, 4 were verbal, 3 were physical.
It is 5:06, and the race to vaccinate is now becoming a race to stay ahead of the virus. According to NBC News, the number of COVID infections in the U.S. since the start of the pandemic has now hit 31 million. Over the last 7 days, there are more than 450,000 new cases in the U.S., it's according to data gathered by Johns Hopkins University. Nearly half of those new coronavirus infections are in the U.S. in just 5 states, including 2 of them in our area. Take a look. We're talking about Pennsylvania and New Jersey. In addition to them, New York, Michigan, and Florida in the top 5. As of now, the White House is sending vaccine doses to states based on their population, not how many cases they have. But that could change. NBC 10's Lucy Bustamante is tracking the vaccination effort in New Jersey. She joins us live in the newsroom with more on this. Morning, Lucy.
Hey, Keith. So New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy says that his state is in constant contact with the White House regarding the need for more doses. So the governor says so far nearly 1.9 million people in the Garden State are fully vaccinated. Those numbers are expected to go higher in the coming weeks. More than 3 million New Jersey residents have gotten at least their first dose. And the governor says that the state is actually 40% of the way to its goal of fully vaccinating 4.7 million people by the end of June. And just yesterday, Governor Murphy announced the vaccination mega site in Atlantic City is accepting new appointments.
Our partners at Atlantic Care, who are assisting us at our mega site in Atlantic City at the convention center, have informed us that they have had appointments open at that location over the past several days and have more that they are trying to fill for the coming days. So if you're currently eligible to be vaccinated and are looking for an open slot, please visit covid19.nj.gov/vaccine.
In fact, the governor says that he and his wife have made their own appointment at that center for tomorrow to get their first vaccine dose in Atlantic City. And then across the river in PA, Pennsylvania Health Department says that over 2 million people are fully vaccinated. You can compare that to more than 1 million COVID cases statewide. So they consider that a win. More than 3.7 million Pennsylvanians are now partially vaccinated. In the newsroom, Lucy Bustamante, NBC 10 News. Erin?
All right, Lucy, thank you. 5:08 right now. An unexpected but welcome arrival in Montgomery County. The county just got its largest vaccine delivery to date. For this week only, it's receiving a double shipment of the one-shot Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Combined with the existing Pfizer vaccines, it means more than 26,000 doses.
Additional vaccine will help us move quickly through our existing 1A pre-registration list and allow us to open up phase 1B appointments later this week or early next week.
The county plans to open 2 new vaccination sites in Pottstown and Lansdale tomorrow.
Libraries will reopen Monday in Newcastle County. They've been closed for more than a year because of the pandemic. Strict rules will be in place, of course. Visitors will have to wear masks, practice social distancing, and limit trips to 20 minutes. And security guards will be at each library to ensure guests are following safety guidelines.
I'm NBC 10 First Alert Meteorologist Bill Henley. A nice clear view of Boathouse Row. It's going to be a beautiful sunny day. Our skies are clear. There's just a hint of a breeze right now in Philadelphia. And we have made it down into the 40s, a bit cooler than yesterday. 46 degrees right at Philadelphia International. A bit warmer in South Philadelphia, 49 degrees, 48 in Mount Airy, but look at Chestnut Hill down to 43 and 44 at Northeast Philadelphia Airport. So it's a cool morning, but a bright sunny day. Look at the warm-up from 54 at 9 o'clock to 67 at 1 o'clock this afternoon. And then 69 at 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock. In between these hours, we make it into the very low 70s today and nice and clear this evening. A nice sunny day ahead for the Jersey Shore. It's a cool start, 48 degrees. And there's an easterly wind today. That's at 5 miles an hour. That's going to make a big difference in the temperature. Though it won't be a strong wind, the ocean water temperature, 49 degrees. So with the breeze coming in off the ocean, the temperature's in the 40s right now with sunshine. We'll see a limited warm-up during the day, 48 degrees right now in the marina, heading into the 50s this afternoon. The winds won't be strong, but because they're coming out of the east, and they'll be picking up some this afternoon, that will really bring a halt to the warm-up for the Jersey Shore. So 56 degrees at 2 o'clock, and with those stronger winds later in the day, the temperatures come down just a bit. Sunshine, though, all day today. Clouds ahead as we head toward the weekend. I've got details on what you can expect wet weather-wise when I come back with the 10-day on 10. But right now it's 5:11, time for traffic. Sheila Watko in the First Alert Traffic Center.
Thank you, Bill. A lot of our construction out there is looking good. Things are clearing up across the area. 95 northbound, all lanes have reopened between the Delaware State Line all the way up through Curlin Street. You can see all 3 lanes being used. No more slowdowns through that area. Also on the southbound Blue Route right around Ridge Pike, also looking great. Our right lane is no longer closed. That wrapped up a little bit ahead of schedule. We're going to wrap up with a look at the Northeast Extension heading southbound westbound. We still have some construction out there, but it's a smaller stretch now. Now it's just the right lane blocked between Quakertown all the way down through Lansdale, no longer all the way down through Mid-County. Lansdale to Mid-County has cleared up. The rest of our majors overall looking good. Still no issues on 95 making your way down towards Center City. And guys, the Vine is still looking great in both directions. Back to you, Keith and Erin.
Good news. Thank you, Sheila. All right, still to come, a Hawaiian vacation on a quiet beach ended with a man dead and his friend charged with murder.
Now a New Jersey man is left to tell the story of how it all happened. The details he just revealed in court. Plus, sticker detection, how a new patch could hold the key to detecting coronavirus before people even show symptoms.